When I think about my church and my podcast, for example, like, um, one of the things that's interesting in my particular, field of being a pastor is, um, the issue of sexuality is very polarizing in religion right now in general. But in Christianity, and especially evangelical Christianity, it's really polarizing. And um, in the last couple of years, I've come to the conclusion that through so many relationships of friends that I've had and people that I've pastored that are part of the LGBT community, that I feel like the church should be an inclusive place for them. And because I've come to that conclusion, um, it it challenged some of the connections that I had and the connections even our church had. And so that was a transition. So I would say, not all change comes without cost, and so that's been an interesting reality that meant a job shift for me, in in changing our church's name, location, having to move into a new season, a season of building, from the ground up. So that's been 9 months now since that kind of transition occurred, and I think it's been a challenge, definitely. But I think back to even that first student that came out to me. Again, we're talking 10 years ago. It started me on a journey and on a course that opened me up to listening to people, quite honestly, to just being willing to like empathize with others' circumstances and consider if there might be a different way of approaching some of the tough topics and tough realities that we're working through in my particular field, the church. And that's led me to kind of a vision for a church that can be more inclusive, which I think we need more spiritually inclusive places in our world today.